the deepest.
Well. We're back on Split the Defense, Leafs post-game, presented by LaForest Electrical Contractors, serving Kingston and the surrounding area since 2004. I'm Jordan Webster with Craig Pearce for Game 81, a milestone night for all.
A great night, yep.
So many things to talk about. I was so tired by the end of this game. And then all of a sudden, all of the things came together at once. And
yeah.
all of it happened at once. They won the division. Stolarz gets a shutout. Marner gets his 100th point, probably 101st on that empty net. On the empty net that was scored was Austin Matthews' career 400th goal. Where do we start, CP?
I don't know, man. It was just... I was a little worried, not gonna lie. Let's just give my game reaction. That's normally what we do. I was a little worried at the beginning of the game, just based on them having multiple open nets, empty nets, and not being able to bury one. I was just like, oh man, we're in Buffalo. This could be a night that I'm a little sour at the end of it. But the more the night went on, like all four lines I felt were kind of going, or sorry, maybe not. We had three lines, I think, that were really going. One that I couldn't care much for, but I just felt like I knew eventually they were kind of gonna break through. I thought. I wasn't sure about the shutout. I mean, you can never be sure about that, but yeah, I had a feeling, and like I knew that, kind of had a feeling Marner was gonna get it. I didn't have my eye on Matthews getting a goal. I was more just concerned with the Marner point, but yeah, I don't know. It felt like a good game tonight.
It was a good game tonight, and I mean, the beginning of the game, the middle of the game, I don't know, not so much. Lorentz scoring a goal definitely turns things around. You wanted to start positive, or you want to start negative. I'm going to flip us right to positive. There's way too many good things to talk about. So, Steven Lorentz, eighth goal of the season. Worry at the beginning of the podcast. The worry you had in the team that it was going to be one of those nights against Buffalo, and it was not. It just was not. But I just like to emphasize the value of Lorentz chipping in for a goal here and there, and not just like our boy Nick Robertson does at the end of garbage time or when you're down 5-0. He does it when it's needed. He's clutch. Like, he had an interview and he said something, and the way that he spoke made him sound like he's been here for a couple years, but he was in fact just in Florida winning a cup there. And he says, with the new guys coming in and this and that and the new coach, You can really see we've turned it around. What do you mean we've turned it around? Like, I guess, like, you have to speak that way, but it really feels like his heart's been here the whole time. And I just got to show some love for my man, Steven Lorentz.
Yeah, I mean, I love the guy. I agree. I feel like he does come in clutch. There's a game in particular where him and someone else in the bottom of the lineup, or in the lineup, I don't know, won us a game with like a 2-goal win, and he was part of it. So yeah, comes in at clutch moments, and I do agree. I also love just his interview tonight about talking about him and Lawton seem to have something good going, and like he always knows where he's at. He kissed his helmet tonight. I like those two have a little bit of like a bromance going on, it looks like, and I love it. Like, I know Lawton's like it's not ideal he's on the fourth line, but to have a clicking fourth line that I assume they just add David Kampf to, like, I love it, and I think they bring something. Like, there's an identity there.
It really doesn't feel like a fourth line.
No, no.
Especially, it feels like a line you could play against other players. Like, you could play against, you could play against maybe a second line. You could play against any third line. I guess those guys. I wouldn't put them against like the top line, but I certainly would not fret like I would in the past to have them being matched up against. Like, they might actually fuck around and score one on you.
It's not like having Ryan Reeves in the lineup. Like, that's three guys that can like really chip in. I mean, it's funny that Camp comes in at clutch times too sometimes. So like I wouldn't put it past him to come up with a goal, but I feel like Lawton and Lorentz both have a bit of a scoring touch. It's not something you normally get on a fourth line. So it's not like it is physical too. It's not like we're giving in and just putting guys that aren't going to bring any type of physicality. Maybe not wouldn't want to put them up maybe against the biggest fourth lines, and that maybe it gets a little bit tough. But I think that they're bigger lines or bigger guys than most other players, and yeah, I really do like them.
So
we got Justin saying something. Do Woll and Stolar split first 4 games? Ooh, maybe we can get into that later, but yeah.
Absolutely no chance. Yeah, we're gonna jump there. I feel like we're just avoiding the biggest topics here, but yeah, we'll dance around it. Stolarz gets the shutout tonight. 36 saves. That is his 3rd time shutting out Buffalo this season, and back-to-back shutouts for Stolarz, plus another 10 minutes or so from the game before that. So he's at like 130 minutes of not giving up a goal. He definitely goes game 1, and if he wins, then he plays. And we've said that over and over again. The goalie that wins is the goalie that plays in the playoffs. It's just like, I honestly, I don't know. Maybe they give Stolarz a bullet. Like, he might get one where he plays again.
I like the win.
If he loses and Woll goes in and they win, I can't see that changing. So, but as of now, it's kind of undeniable that Stolarz is the guy. Like, there's nobody, there's no other way that anybody could think that Woll should be the guy after what we've just seen from Stolarz. There's no absolute way. He's back-to-back shutouts to end the season. He's 2nd in the league save percentage, been all through this. He's played almost as many games as Woll has. Woll is phenomenal, and he's definitely the goalie of the future. He's definitely going to be great, and he's definitely going to play in the playoffs at some point if they win. But Stolarz starts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think he also has 3 shutouts and 4 starts. Like, even if you go a bit farther back, it gets even more impressive. So yeah, it's clear, and it couldn't be a more perfect situation where like he's not going to play another game. Like, Woll's getting the next one, so he's going in starting game 1 on back-to-back shutouts. It's just perfect for confidence, and he's just such he has like a lot of battle and grit in him that I'm not sure that Woll has. So I do like your playoff goalie has a little bit of snot behind him as well.
Miller says, I swear that the other day it was Woll, no doubt. That was CP for the record. We should go back and watch that episode. He was the one who said Woll, and I definitely argued that at the time as well.
I mean, that's totally taken. Like, that's not what I said. What I said was I would like Woll to be the goalie. I think that he like Webby said, the goalie of the future. So in my ideal situation, I want him to be the goalie. But yeah, like, how can you argue with just how Stolarz, the stats just are totally with him even before the back-to-back shutouts. Like I said before, like the stats tell you that it's got to be Stolarz, but now it's even more so. And he's just like, even if he didn't have the stats, like I feel like if he was a 900 or a 905 save percentage goalie all year, and he came down and had back-to-back shutouts in the last 2 games leading the playoffs, like that might put you in to the contest regardless. So
you're in the conversation at least. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I look at it. Like, you can't deny that. Like, until he lets in a goal, like, let the guy stay in the net. I don't care.
Well, maybe not next game. Leafs, we're not putting him in next game, but yeah.
No. He gets the rest now. The season's over. It's a joke. They're playing the Red Wings. It's kind of fun though. It's kind of nice, just like free ease out. Yeah, free skate. But the Leafs now officially have nothing to play for. They could have had something to play for, but not now. Not now. Now they've won their first division title, the Atlantic Division title, since 2000. 99, 2000. They won that Canadian division, but does that count? I don't know. Some say it does. I don't really even think about that year. That's just suppressed memory. They won the division for the first time in since my childhood. And that is absolutely huge. So that means that Tampa Bay and Florida get to duke it out in the first round, and CP gets his wish. We get the Ottawa Senators, more than likely.
Yeah, I think it's guaranteed now because we got the.
Is it guaranteed?
Yeah, because I think they can only tie, and then like the tiebreaker goes to Florida. So yeah,
Battle of Ontario.
Yeah,
here it comes.
I'm really, and it's crazy just to go back to.
It's gonna be insane.
Just to go back a second, it's like it's crazy how little Toronto's won it just in their history for being like over 100 years, and I think it's only like 6 times or maybe 7, but like the list isn't long. And 2 in like 50 years or something, like, so that's an accomplishment. It's great that we didn't win the President's Trophy because we don't want that type of curse, but there's no curse on winning the division. You just get the advantage of going in there hot.
Yes and no, but I mean, a couple of teams who won the President's Trophy ended up winning the Cup the next year, so that's not really a curse.
Oh, it's a curse, man. Like, whether it's about getting eliminated from the playoffs or the next year you're just dog shit. Like, look back, man. There might be a couple in history that are outliers, but for the most part, it's not great to win the President's Trophy.
A couple years in a row, I think Colorado won the President's Trophy. Then they got knocked out in the playoffs, and the next year they won the Cup. And then Florida won the President's Trophy, and they got knocked out in the playoffs that year. The next year they won the Cup. So I think that's where my recency bias comes from, and that's just where I've heard that it's not exactly that way. So many superstitions in sports, man. It's hard to keep up.
It's the most. Like, it's the most famous of superstitions. It'd be great if it is more in detail than that, and like it's just that people haven't waited long enough to see it. But no, I don't know. We'll see though. Like, I just think that it's great that we get to see just a great rivalry, a great matchup. The Battle of Ontario is alive again, and it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be. Like, I mean, they gotta friggin' win now. I know I've been wishing for it, but yeah, they gotta make this nice and easy. I'm not sure about 4, but win in 5. Just make it quick and easy and painless, and move on. Let's not embarrass ourselves here.
Calling it now. I'll be dressing with a broom.
Really, man? I mean, that would be unbelievable. I can't even imagine a sweep, but yeah. That'd be sweet.
Nah, Leafs in 6. Let's not fuck around. Yeah.
5 would be crazy. Yeah, like that's like a sweep to me is almost unfathomable. But like a 5, that'd be great. But 6, I mean, let's just not go to 7 here. Let's not do that. We're
definitely not going to 7.
Yeah.
All right, we should move on here. Mitch Marner ends his chase for 100 points in a season. It's over. He finally gets it. He's only the 4th Leaf player to ever reach 100 points, which is pretty sad. And the other one was Austin Matthews when he got his 100 points. So, it's pretty sad history. But Mitch Marner's dope. Still a free agent. How does that make you feel?
I mean, first, I'm just happy that we can just stop talking about him being a 99-point man, and he's a 100-point guy now.
100-point guys are pretty sought after.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that it all is just going to come down to how the playoffs go. It always has. It always will. If he performs like we know that he can, but just never has, then he's you got to keep him. But
I think that only matters to the Leafs.
Oh well, everybody
maybe
else wants to sign him.
Couple others, I don't think that honestly matters. I think he'll be fine in the playoffs here.
Yeah, it's not about
the only thing holding his contract up here potentially or whatever is the playoffs. Yes, I can see that, but that is absolutely only a Toronto thing.
Yeah, but I also think it's not a Mitch thing; it's a team thing. I think that like if we could get rid of William Nylander and John Tavares, like that might be something to talk about. Like Mitch could probably stay. It's just he's the only guy that you can possibly move because of no trade clauses. Like you can let go of Tavares, but like the other 2 stars have to stay here. So, I think in the perfect world, you could, just think about anybody is movable, but that's just not how this team has been set up. So yeah, you just kind of have to look at the cards you're dealt and make a decision at this point. But I really hope he stays. He's just, he's grown into, he's not as, whiny and snotty that he used to be. And he's kind of grown on me more and more. And like this year has helped because he's just been so amazing. And, the Four Nations performance, it's been a perfect contract year for Mitch Marner. So, yeah, it's
bit more swagger this year,
yeah.
too. Bit more maturity, bit more swagger for Mitch Marner.
Yeah.
And then we also have Austin Matthews hit 400 career goals. Congratulations to him. He's faster than the leading NHL goal scorer of all time. He's actually sixth fastest in league history to 400 goals. Crazy that he's faster than Ovechkin, but I don't think we need to get into that conversation.
Isn't it disgusting every time you see like boards like that? And Gretzky got 400 goals in like 420 something games. It's like,
yeah, but he played against like tax accountants and McDonald's workers. I know
it's
like,
well, not quite, man, but like it's crazy though. Like that's just on its
own.
Yeah,
but they were wearing like their mother's oven mitts.
Even just health wise though. Just to be healthy to do that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they were all smoking 4 packs of darts in the the dressing room. Like, buddy, it was a different league back then.
No one else did it though. Like that, if everybody that was an athlete,
yeah, but he was a superhuman. Like, absolutely, he was a superhuman. But I'm just saying, like, you look at all these superhumans on those goalies, fuck, they would have done that too. Absolutely, and that's why, like, Wayne Gretzky was clearly like from the future. Like he 100% knew Doc, came back, was like, I like hockey. I'm just going to kick ass in the 80s when goalies suck because that's way more fun before we reach the dead puck era and then go through that bullshit and just retire when it gets to be that time.
Yeah. Yeah, but just crazy to see. I don't downplay Wayne Gretzky's record, man. It's amazing what he did. So
no, he was just a superhuman in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, good to see Matthews get it. I mean, I hate these records coming down the wire, so just so perfect. We can just check them all off before the last game, and but yeah, I mean, it's just kind of breathtaking, like and not to like poo-poo on the Leafs, but like these guys just destroy every record this franchise has ever had. And like we're just so like we take it for granted. It's one thing if we got one of these guys and they were just amazing, we would probably like maybe like enjoy it more and be like, oh, like if our team sucked and we still had Austin Matthews, we would appreciate what he's doing. But like as a core, like we're just like judging on the playoffs, and
you just need a little bit more success. We've been so depraved of that little bit of playoff success. Like we're allowed to be critical of our team, but like I don't think that anybody in their right minds thinks that they're bad. Well, I mean, in the right minds, I said, thinks they're bad players, just that they haven't necessarily, like they maybe have criticisms in certain areas of their game or what they have or haven't done in the past. Like
I just think that
these guys are fucking amazing and we better all appreciate them.
I think it's more I'm saying that we aren't celebrating them like we should, but it's just like because if we look back and we just had all this and nothing came of it, it's just going to be such a disappointment. I won't want to look at the records of seeing how good they actually were. So
that's just going to be so disappointing.
No, it's not going to be because it's not going to happen. Don't say it like it's already going to happen, man. I just like if they could just have like go to a conference and we could just I could be more excited about a 400. I've just been so used to just being like, who cares about your 300 goals that you like the last time we passed a milestone? Because it's like, get it done when it matters. You know, that's the thing that I care about. And so
I know. And then we hit 400 goals. And it's like, who cares? Get it done. He's going to hit 500 goals. Who cares? Get it
Maybe
done.
We can celebrate 500 more, though, because that's that's just a lot more substantial. But also, like, possibly by 500, we can have some team success as well.
He'll have a cup by then. So. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So is Domi a winger now?
He should be.
Is that how we're going in the playoffs, you think? What did you think of the second line tonight?
I mean, I didn't really love the second line, but it's not his fault. I more was looking at the third line and how it was going to perform with, the two kids and I guess the three kids, really.
I loved it, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes sense because like Holmberg is a better defensive centerman than Domi is. He still has a little bit of offensive upside, so he can keep up with the other two. Just like
he's a grinder.
Yeah, I think it's not something that I think you should trust against everybody. That's for sure. It's the sheltered line. Like that's why like you need to have a fourth line that's actually can put in some minutes, because I think you do have to kind of watch where you're putting them out there. But I think that they can be successful. I mean, Robertson, he just I think needs to be in the playoff lineup just to to show everybody that hard work actually gets you somewhere here. I think it's like more of a message to the rest of the team, because like that dude's working harder than anyone out there, and he's not doing the stupid stuff where you can be like, yeah, but like where's the yeah but from tonight? Like he was pretty darn good. Actually, the yeah but is that he got punched in the face and he didn't punch back. He kind of just skated to the bench and looked sad. But like yeah,
I'll give you a yeah but. He had an amazing goal, but it was in garbage time.
Yeah, okay.
Absolute beauty of a goal.
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
But garbage time.
But yeah, Domi, to me, it's unfortunate. Like he never has found a home all season, and I think he still hasn't. But I think like I like kind of because of what the other lines look like. I think I like it. And like Yarncroke, you scratch, Pacioretty stays out, and you bring in Kampf to finish that fourth line. And I think that's the lineup I want to look at.
I think it's going to be something very close to that. I think we're going to see Max Pacioretty draw back in too. I'm playing low on defense too, and they got a shutty tonight. So do you have anything else you want to talk about here before we get out of here, potentially for the season? We'll see how the last game of the season goes before we even decide if there's something to talk about with you folks.
I mean, we could possibly do a pre-game for the playoff on our post-game
preview.
Yeah. We could
maybe we'll just hit y'all with a playoff preview. That's going to be more fun. Mm-hmm. But for now, we'll wrap this one up.
Yep. Oh, do we play the actually, hold on. Justin said, do we play the big guns last game? We have to because of cap situation. No. Do we? We can scratch one if we want to. But we can't just put in guys from the Marlies. We don't have the cap space for it. You can't put them on LTIR.
Do we have a forward available?
No. So, and like we may have lost. Like I don't know. Yarncroke looked pretty beat up at multiple times tonight. Anyway,
yeah.
So
hobbling off the ice.
Yeah, we might be doing the 11 forwards and 6D.
5D.
Yeah, 5D 11 forwards. Like, I mean, screw it. Just like put out 6 guys and just tell them to just like skate around.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Go sign autographs to the entire crowd so no one cares. Just don't get hurt.
Yeah. Off the glass every time, boys. Just up and off the glass.
If everyone plays, fourth line has to have more minutes than the first line. That's what I want to see.
Everyone play. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. You're probably going to see like 20 minutes plus from that third line that you just saw tonight. Pontus Holmberg, Bobby McMahon, Nick Robertson are going to play like 20 plus minutes. The other guys are going to play, 12, 15. And they're probably just going to trying to get tuned up for the playoffs without getting hurt. Just, crisp passes, maybe sharpness. I don't know. I would rest them if you could, obviously. Like, they've clinched. They've done everything they need to do. It's over. Season's done.
Tavares would be my number one. I would want to sit down for a game. I don't know, though. I don't like the other ones. They're young. Like, what's one game? Like, we're probably not playing till Sunday.
It's an extra day off, man. An extra day off rest is pretty big.
Yeah, kind of. You are right. Like it would be nice, but I don't think it's the end of the day if you don't, kind of go nuts and play like the game means anything. So, but yeah, then you get 2 days off and then it starts.
Well, let's just hope they don't get hurt. Anyways, let's wrap this sucker up for now. Thanks for joining. Split the Defense. Leafs post game. I'm Webby here with CP, And, oh yeah, we're presented by LaForest Electrical Contractors, serving the Kingston and surrounding area since 2004. Leave us a comment, subscribe to our YouTube, click like if you're here and haven't already. Leave us a comment, subscribe to our YouTube. Do it. You've been here all season long. You're in the background. Love us or leave us. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Later.